Hello and welcome to this channel. It's Friday the 22nd of November and I've been guided to pull an oracle card today and to channel a message from it, which I am going to bring to you in this video. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Sarah Hunt. I'm an intuitive healer and an energy healer, and I'm also a medium. Most of my work is energy work, but I do enjoy pulling a card and channeling a message from it. And the way that I work is that I do automatic writing. So I will link into the energy of the card and channel a message by writing it down. So that I can bring that message, well, sometimes it's for myself, but to other people as well. And I tend to ask for a message in relation to something that's specific. So today's card has come out of the Archangel Metatron pack by Amanda Ellis, and you know, I know in every oracle card box there's always a book with the meaning that's been channeled by the person that's made the cards, and they have very valid meanings, but I like to channel my own message in relation to a question that I'm asking. So some of you may have seen my video a couple of weeks ago where I talked a little bit about being triggered, and there was a message from the dragon pack, I think it was, that I did on that day. So today it's coming from the Archangel Metatron pack, and what we've got is the void, and along the side it says retreat, rest and pause. So you can see that card, and it's really beautiful, has a lovely energy. In fact, the whole pack has a beautiful energy. I absolutely love these cards. So thank you, Amanda, for bringing them to us all. So if I just go through the message first of all that I received whilst I was connecting to that card. This card brings a reminder that when we step back or retreat, rest and pause, we can gain great insight and understanding into any given situation. So if you've been triggered by someone or something and emotions have come out of nowhere, it's important to step back, take a rest, and allow yourself to acknowledge, feel and release those emotions that have been triggered, so that you can then look at the situation without the influence of the emotions. It also reminds us of the many layers of experiences that can lead to us being triggered, so that we can look beyond the moment of being triggered and reach into the wisdom within to understand why we were triggered, and so what needs to be healed. It may be that there are issues that need addressing that relate to the person or situation triggering you, but childhood memories and experiences or something much deeper may have been triggered that comes from other lifetimes or experiences. When we step back, rest and pause, we respond rather than react. So stepping out of the drama with an understanding that there may be something much deeper at play. It's also a reminder of the ripple effect. So as we heal, we help to heal others, as the release of anything negative from us has a positive effect, not just on us, but on those around us and then those around them. When we retreat, rest and pause, we can ask the universe to support us and guide us in the knowledge that we are co-creators of our lives, and so we need to address any issues that are creating blocks and stopping us from moving forward in a way that is aligned and with our values, our purpose and the love within. So as you can see, this is very much about being triggered and how to deal with being triggered. And I think it's important to understand that when we're triggered by somebody, they are helping us to heal. They are helping us to see something in us that that we may not be willing to or ready to look at without that trigger, if that makes sense. And the people that trigger us the most, I really firmly believe, are the people who are our greatest teachers, because they really are bringing to us, to our attention, things that we really do need to address. And sometimes, you know, it may be really big in the other person, and when you go inward, you realise there's a little bit of you that can be like that as well, and there's something that needs to be released. I think it's also important to remember that when we're triggered, it's very easy to get caught up in the drama. It's very easy to get caught up in the emotions of what's going on. And so if we can take that moment to step back, to feel into it, to feel into the emotions that we're experiencing, acknowledge them, let them come up, let yourself release them, because you don't want to be holding on to those emotions. But then look deeper. What's really going on here? Why have I been triggered? What is it that's really been triggered? Is it something in my childhood? Is it something even deeper than that? Does it feel deeper than that? Even if you don't know, you know, if you don't get any insight into another lifetime, does it feel deeper than this life? So I feel it's really important to take that time when you're triggered to not react to the situation, to not get into any conflict, but to just step back. What's really going on here? Why am I feeling like this? And ask these kinds of questions of yourself, and then sit quietly and let the answer come to you. And it may be that you just need to put those questions to yourself and your guides and the universe, and it won't come while you're sitting in the quiet. But that's okay, because everything's kind of going around. It's you're connecting with yourself, you're asking those questions, and the answers can come in lots and lots of different ways. And you know, sometimes I get answers to things while I'm washing up, or I'm walking the dog, or it might be completely random and the message comes through on a song, or through a television program that I'm watching even. So, you know, be open to answers coming to you in ways that you don't expect as well. So, you know, it's really, really important to respond to a situation rather than to react. Because when we react, we then help to create more drama, we get involved in conflict, and things can escalate that perhaps don't need to escalate. Of course, if you've got an emotion such as anger or frustration coming up, it needs to be released in a really positive way, so that you're not taking it out on somebody else. So find a constructive way to release your anger. Maybe going out for a walk in the woods, maybe popping along to the park, maybe just going and sitting out in the garden. You could pummel a cushion if that helps to release it for you. You could sit and write a list of I'm angry because sometimes that can actually help you to really come to understand what is underneath that. Why is it that anger's been triggered in you? Why is it that you're crying your eyes out? Is it frustration? Is it sadness? What is going on underneath? And often when it's anger or frustration, there's fears going on there, or there's false beliefs going on there that have been created. It's also worth taking the time to look at the behaviour or the experience and the emotions that you're feeling, and thinking to yourself, is this a pattern that I'm repeating? Is this something that I get triggered a lot by? And if so, when did that first start? Was it when I was a child? Is it learned behaviour? Is it a way that my mother reacted? Or is it a way that my father reacted? Is it a way that my grandparents behaved? Because sometimes it's learned behaviour that's come along the ancestral blood and family lines. But if we don't stop, if we don't go inward and feel into it, we don't really come to an understanding. We just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. So I feel it's really important to take that time to go inward, to feel into it, to feel into what's really going on, to allow ourselves to release the emotions that have come up because we've been triggered, so that they're not influencing us looking at the actual situation. When we're still full of emotion, we may deal with a situation in a way that we wouldn't if we weren't holding on to that emotion, if we'd released that emotion. And really, it's really important to make sure that we respond to something, so that we take that step back and go, you know what, it is what it is. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. It's a learning experience. So whenever anyone or anything triggers us, then it gives us an opportunity to heal. It gives us an opportunity to go inward. It gives us an opportunity to come to a greater understanding of ourselves, of who we are, of our makeup, of what we need to change, what we don't like about ourselves. And that's the thing, you know, we're being triggered and it's something in us that we don't like. So take that time the next time you're triggered to stop, to ask yourself what's really going on here, to let yourself feel the emotion and release it, so that you're not holding on to it and letting it fester inside of you. Release it in a constructive way, and then go deeper. What am I frightened of? What's the belief here that perhaps isn't truth? What is really going on? What is it I don't like about myself that actually I need to look at? When we can address things that the issues where we've been triggered, then it helps us to be much more in alignment with our values. And maybe our values will change because we've cleared the energies, because we've released the emotions around something or someone that's triggered us. So it's always worth taking that moment, because really we need to be in alignment. We need to be in flow. And when we're being triggered, it's an indication that something's not quite right, that we need to look at what it is and take courage, because sometimes it's an uncomfortable journey to actually get down to what the real issue is. So that's just my thoughts on being triggered and what we can do. It's really important to respond rather than react to a situation. So, you know, when you're triggered, don't just jump in, step back. You don't have to reply to someone. You don't have to answer them straight away. Take the time that you need to calm down, to go inward, to gain greater insight and understanding, so that you then come back from a place of love and you respond in a way that's not continuing the drama, but that is getting your point across, if that's what's needed, without creating a reactive situation where there's conflict or drama going on. So if you find yourself getting into lots of dramas, or you find yourself finding it really difficult to respond rather than react, then consider coming for some Cosmic Heart energy healing, because it will help to clear negative connections between people. It will help to look deeper for where the issues are coming from, whether that's childhood or another lifetime or experience. If you'd like to know more about Cosmic Heart, there's now a free frequently asked questions download on my website. It's on the homepage, so it's easy to find. So if you go to www.peaceful-living.co.uk, you'll find it there. I'll pop the link in the comments under this video. Thanks very much for taking the time to listen. Have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love to everybody.